Now my students just returned from break, or at least I returned from break, and while I was on break, these students actually built an orange. Can you see that? And they built this from the tools that we learned here, but they failed to fill it in. So I actually want to show them a little bit of tricks here as we move on with this. Now remember, now this is the background right here. If you kind of X it out, that's what you have. There's your orange. Okay, so I'm going to actually show you some cool tricks here, and I'm going to break some rules here, and you're going to go, why is he doing this? But we'll figure this out in a moment. I'm actually going to break some of these lines, and I'm going to show you there's a reason for my madness here in a moment, but let's break some lines. And you can do that using the eraser tool if you want to, so just grab the eraser, and I'm going to erase some lines here. Woohoo, look at that. That's the eraser tool. And I'll break a line here too as well. Okay. What I actually want to do is I actually want to fill in this area right here and this area right here. So let's go ahead and just fill in the orange part first, okay? I'm going to bring my orange back so you can actually see it. And I want to get an orange color using the color palette. So let's go ahead and click on the paint can, okay? And go to color. And what I actually want to do is I want to use an eyedropper to actually get the color that I'm looking for. So if I click on this palette right here, I can actually use an eyedropper here, or I can actually go to my orange itself and choose one of these orange colors. You see that? So let's choose one of these orange colors for the outside of the orange, and now I can just go and just hit the paint. Oh, wrong side. Hit the outside there, and I don't want the inside color. Let's try that again. Control Z, Control Z. Let's just color the outside. Okay, there's my orange color right there. Now, if I'm not happy with that orange color, I can always click again on there. And I can change that color if I want to. Find another color. All right. But once again, if I don't like that color, I can click here again, and I can actually come here and just pick out a color from the actual orange itself. Now, that's one part. But I actually want to do something a little bit different, and I actually want to show you how to color with a bitmap. So you not only can color colors, you can actually color a bitmap. So let's do that right now. So I'm going to go back to my color, and now let's start using shortcut keys. What is the shortcut key for color? Do you know? Alt Shift F9. There you go. That's Alt Shift F9. There you go. The reason I don't use it as much is because it's kind of difficult. You have to spread your hands out to do that. Control keys, shortcut commands are great when you can do it with one hand. But when you're using two, it can be kind of cumbersome. So anyway, so you got that. But I want to paint with a bitmap. So if you look at this drop-down menu right here, you can see there's several options right here. And one is bitmap fill. So I'm going to click on bitmap fill real quick. And I'm going to actually, and it's already got the orange there. Why did I? Because I already imported that. Now, if that wasn't there, I can hit import, and I actually can go out to my particular server or on my desktop and pick. I could color it with a monkey. Okay, so let me choose the orange. I'm going to color this with an orange, and it's let's go ahead and replace it. It's already there anyway, and I can come along here now. That is, and grab my little bucket here and just paint an orange in there. There it is. And now I can do just a little bit more here. I can hit this gradient tool right here. See that? And click on that. And I can actually start doing a little bit of work on it. Can pull it out, you know, look at that. See that? Stretch it out. Hold on. There you go. Isn't that amazing? Actually looks like an orange now. Why? Because I painted it with an orange. You guys have learned something here today. Now let me just go a little bit further. I don't quite like some things here, so I want to look at this right here, and I want to actually do a little bit work here. So I'm going to click on this layer right here. I'm going to click back on my pointer tool, and I'm going to highlight this layer right here. Okay, let's go here. All right, let's get that layer going here. And you can see how it highlights, how you can see a little checker when I click on it. And I'm actually turn that into a movie clip. So I'm going to hit, what do I do to turn something into a movie clip? F8, right? So what I want to do is turn this into a movie clip. So what do I hit? F8. And I want to make sure I hit movie clip, right? It's a little bit different. That's going to give me more properties to work with. And I'll call this orange. Border. And we'll hit OK. And when I click on that, I see I have all these properties now that I can actually work with and change concerning this orange border. But one I want to show you is at the very bottom. The good stuff's at the bottom of the cup. And there's this little folder right here. You see that right there? And in that folder, there's all types of wonderful filters that you can actually add to your drawing. So I'm going to come along here. Let's get off of that. Let's click that border, and I'm actually going to put a little bevel on it. Now, you can't see that, so I'm going to bring this down so you can actually see what's happening here. I'm going to click right here, and there's all these menu options, all these filters that I can add to that movie clip. Let's hit bevel, for example. And look what just happened to my orange. Isn't that super cool? Yeah, and I can actually change all these parameters. Maybe that's a little too much. I don't want so much of that strength, so I can a little slider here and slide it down a little bit, you know. Yeah, just put a little bit there. And you can just move it around, have your gradient different, have your highlights different. But now my orange is starting to look what? A little more orangey, right? And so once I've done all that, I want to group everything together. And so I can get, see, so if I take that away, there's my orange. Not too bad, huh? And I'm going to come along here, I'm going to highlight that. And what is the shortcut command for grouping? Anybody know? It's universal across the board. You know what the shortcut command for grouping is? What about you, Matt?
I want to say I know, but I'm not positive.
Well, if you don't know, look it up in the file structure menu and then memorize it and use it from then on. So we're looking for grouping. Do you see it anywhere? Group. Control G. Universal. Okay? So once you take your little pointer and you highlight that. See, if I move something now, right now, what does it do? It comes in pieces, right? I don't want that to happen. So let's Control Z that back. And so I'm going to just highlight it with my little pointer. And I'm going to hit Control G. And now I have a group. And as a group, this whole thing just moves around for me. Look at that. Isn't that cool? All right. So that keeps your pieces from falling apart. And then I'm going to actually lock that and go, hey, I'm done. That's pretty cool. Or make it a bit lock it. And I don't really need that anymore. But there you go. You made an orange.